write mysteries because that's what I was reading mostly. And so I started writing mysteries and eventually got started with two series. Actually, my Rocky Bluff PD series was the first one that got published, and it was published by an electronic publisher. I had no idea that's what it was. I found the name in a Writer's Digest market book, and it didn't say anything about it being an electronic publisher. This was a long time ago. And the publisher actually did a very good job of editing. The book looked great, you know, when he sent me the galleys and everything. And then I found out he was only publishing it electronically. It was long before there was any such thing as an electronic reader or a Kindle like our young man back here has. He shows me, and I'm jealous. The only way you could, yeah, hold it up and show them. Okay. That's what a Kindle looks like.
Wow. Second generation.
Yeah. But the only way you could read this particular book was to download it onto your computer. The only problem was it was very difficult to figure out how to do it. You know, you had to put in your MasterCard or Visa card number, and then you had to do this and that and the other, and I couldn't figure it out. I ended up having to call the phone number of where this, you know, actually was sitting and tell them, I'm the author of this book, and I'd really like to see what it looks like, and I can't figure out how to do it. Well, if I couldn't figure out how to do it, somebody else wasn't even going to be that persistent, I'm sure. So I didn't really think we were going to get very far with this publishing business. Can't tell you exactly how long ago it was, but it was probably about 16 years or something like that. But I did like the, like I said, I did like the way the book looked. And then other e-publishers started popping up here and there. And some of them were good. I was with some that were terrible. And then there were some that were really good, like Treble Heart books. How many people here are thinking about writing a book or have written one? Okay. E-publishers now are really, is that Sarah? Okay. All right.
Sorry.
That's all right. E-publishers are really coming along, especially now that there are lots of things to read the books on. The very first one was a Rocket e-reader, and it was about the same size as his Kindle, but much fatter. And I had one of those, and it was great. You had to plug into the computer to get it. The thing about the Kindle that's nice, you just have to pick out which book you want, and magically it comes floating through the air into the Kindle, right?
Yeah, 30 seconds
you have to pay for it.
60 seconds or less.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's like, woo. I don't ever understand any of this stuff, but it's, you know, I'll take advantage of anything. All of the electronic publishers who've been in business for a long time, the minute the Kindle came on the scene, they found out how to download books to it. And because all of my publishers now, the ones that did these 3 books here, are e-publishers. And they offered their books as e-books. And of course, now you read them on iPhones and everything else. So when the Kindle came along, they immediately started downloading their books to the Kindle too. I have a new publisher now that's publishing my Rocky Bluff books. And I got to tell you, this series has had 3 different publishers. Actually, maybe 4. Yeah, 4. Because the first one was the one I just told you about, that you couldn't figure out how to download it. Then the second one was a guy that really did, the books looked really good, and he sold them as e-books too. But he never sent me any royalties. And I knew books were selling because people were telling me. And when I complained about it, and it took a long time to do it, he says, oh, well, you probably made about 40 bucks, and he sent me a check. And I still didn't get any more, so I found another publisher, and they took my rights away. And that publisher published 2 books, and did a really good job. The books looked great, but she did not want to be the one to sell the books that look like books, you know, the ones you could hold in your hand, from her site. In other words, so she didn't put them on Amazon. She just wanted me to be the only one that sold them. So I had to buy them from her, you know, an author.